Hey guys, hey, Coach Crystal here with Redefining Life. I hope that you guys are enjoying your right. But anyway, thank you guys for chiming in. I know this is, um, you know, I don't say last minute. I didn't schedule it, but I was sitting there thinking. I said to myself, I would do you a disservice if I didn't get on here to share with you um, what I need to get to you, and that is finding your life purpose. I talked about it on the previous episode because I made this part two, not piece, but just part two, and I just really want to share some things with you. So let's talk about learn about yourself, learning about yourself. Learning about yourself is the most, it should be, let me say that, it should be the most important thing to you. As I mentioned previously, when you are wanting to be in a relationship, the first thing that you should do is make sure you have a relationship with yourself. Uh, and that's like really knowing who you are. A lot of us don't know that. And so, what we tend to have done is pick up pieces from other people and build our life upon that. And we wonder why we don't feel whole, or we don't feel fulfilled, or we just off in whatever that is, right? Whatever that is, we just feel off because we're not getting the big aha for our lives. And so we just continue, we just live life just day to day. And it's more to life than that. That's why I got on. I'm like, you know what? I know it's Saturday night and I know people doing their own things, but I still feel that this is important for us, especially women, to connect and to grow and to help each other along the way. And because we miss out on so much, we get ourselves in situations and things we don't want to be in, but we do them because we're looking for someone or something to validate us. In reality, we need to validate ourselves, right? Now, what one of the questions that I want to ask you is, and let me get over here to my notes, and it says, in order to properly understand your life purpose, you have to get to know you. And I've already mentioned that. So you find out what motivates you, you find out, you know, what drives you. So you can do that by, writing in your journal, writing down or creating a success log, or whatever it is to get you to that place that you need to be, so you can learn yourself, because you can't know your purpose if you don't know who you are. So it's kind of like follow the leader, and we've been doing that for so long. And I don't know if it's gotten us where we really want to be. In many cases, it has, but in a lot of our cases, and I include me, I'm here now. But it took me some time because I didn't, at one point, didn't have someone like me talking to me about my life purpose, about finding out who I really am and what I really want out of life. So find out what keeps you up at night, what makes you proud, uh, what you do best. What do you do best that can actually create that momentum in you, that keep you, that again, that drive, that keep you going. Uh, I know most of us have children. Now, I'm not just saying solely your children. That it has to be a fire that ignites you, to drive you to your passion. That can use your passion for your purpose, even. And those are two different things, and we'll talk about that at a later date. But and I want to ask you this, what is stopping you from getting there? So let's identify some things that could be stopping you. And I'm going to write these down um, so I can keep them. One could be that you feel unworthy. So, unworthiness could be a huge factor as to why you are not walking in your purpose or why you don't know who you are. And even on the spiritual level, you don't even know your calling. You feel that tug, you feel that pull, but you don't know what to do with it. Now, some people have advantages over others, being meaning that they have the mother in the church or the father in the church or the deacon or someone like that who can help groom them. Even what we call midwives in the church arena that can help push or birth that particular calling in your life. But again, many of us do not have that. So we struggle with that because we're like, I want to do it, but I just don't know how. And then the other could be fear. Fear or the lack of confidence and moving yourself into your calling, into your purpose. And so unworthiness or fear, lack of confidence, even limited beliefs. So you may say, well, I hear you say that quite often, but what is limited beliefs? Those are the beliefs that you have or received growing up, and or it could have been a situation that occurred, and because of that situation it has stopped you from doing what it is that you always wanted to do. So if you created a story in your head about you're not pretty enough or you don't have the confidence, again, you're unworthy, you're not enough, no one will listen, no one will get on your lives, no one wants to hear what you need to say, or even want to say. You're menial, you don't matter. So those are limited beliefs, is when you tell yourself that you're nothing. And so that's unworthiness, fear, lack of confidence, and limited beliefs. So if there's others that I'm sure that it is that I'm missing, please put it over in the chat, because I would love to build what we call strategies for you, so you could come out of that comfort zone of hiding yourself. And that's another one. Let me write that one down. So you rather hide yourself or hide your skills or hide your talents or hide who you really want to be in fear or in lieu of what other people may say about you. So I really want to help you get to know who you are so you can grow. I have this thing I call two times identity. So that's like you've heard of superwoman or your superpower, but I call it a two times identity, because once you know who you are, all those things that I just mentioned won't even matter anymore. They like it's a thing that pushes you forward. It makes you show up, kind of like but like back in the day when you could go out somewhere. Like if you go to, I'm using the club as a scenario. You go to the club, but maybe you can't dance that good, you know, but it didn't stop you from getting out there on the dance floor. You might have drank a little courage juice, is what I call it, but you got out there on the dance floor. So the courage juice that I'm referring to is that empowerment. It gives you that courage. So that's what the two times identity will do for you. And so again, it helps create the inner work in you so it can come out outwardly. So you can be able to get on that dance floor. So you can be able to speak in front of crowds. So you can walk in your purpose, walk in your calling, do those things that you've always wanted to do, but was afraid to, based on, again, what somebody might say to you or about you. So Let's talk about how can you improve yourself. So I'm gonna give you some scenarios, and actually I'm gonna give you one scenario and exercise rather, and something that you can do that will help you improve yourself. Growth is empowering. It would allow you the confidence that you need to do those things that you wanting to do. So one is you need to make time for yourself. You make time for everyone else. I need you to make time for you, because if you can't do that, then the truth is you're not giving the other person or your people in your life that you love everything that you could give them. You basically giving them a dis or making it a disadvantage to them, because you're not all what you're supposed to be as you help them grow or in things of that nature. You can't you can't you can't water a seed without the water, right? So you're the water, and you planting seeds in everyone or the people that you love, but you if you deplete it, you can't do that. And so that takes me to answer the where I was going with that is how you can improve yourself is things to things to do more. What are the three things that you can do more of that again that will help build that confidence in you, that will help you be more competent, and not a negative word, the competent meaning that the competencies you know exactly what you're doing and how to do it, and that with confidence, and you just do it, no fear, no shame, or nothing of that. You do it. So, name three things that you can do more of that will help you. And I don't like to use the word perfect, but I had that will help you practice more to create that new habit that was habit forming, so you can teach those that you love how to be empowered themselves. So I want to go back to having a relationship. So those things I just touched on, and I know you like, what does finding my purpose have to do with a relationship? What does being in a relationship have anything to do with learning about myself? What does being in a relationship have to do with me improving myself? All those things. It means a lot. You can only give people what you have inside of you. And again, what happens is we shortchange ourselves when we don't know what it is that we can really offer. So we tend to go along with the flow. So case in point, we set the tone for how people treat us. You heard of that saying, we teach people how to treat us, and we do. So case in point, if a guy walks up to you, or a girl walks up toward you and say, "Hey, you beautiful. How are you? Handsome. How are you?" You, I'm fine. And they say, "Are you married?" And you clearly have a ring on your finger, and you say yes. And the next question is, "Are you happily married?" Yes, I am. And so if you wasn't sure about who you are, this happens all the time. And people will say, "Well, I know who I am. I don't know what this woman talking about." Listen, if you were sure about who you are, you would not find yourself in an entanglement with someone else's spouse. One, you should have values that will not allow you to do that. Values help you set boundaries. Not that it limits you, but it definitely will not allow you to cross a line, to be, as we call it, like disrespectful, or um, I don't know, whatever the lost in the sauce, if you will. And we want us women, because we go through so much, we do so much for so many people. We want to be that that woman that loves herself, that respects herself, that can do the things that she needs to do for herself without really depending on someone who doesn't mean us any good. It's about I am enough. It's about telling yourself those affirmations about who you are. I am enough. I am intelligent. I can make wise decisions. I can do whatever that is that you need to tell yourself that you can do. And so I want you to understand that I'm not being judgmental in any way. I just want the best for you. This COVID has taught, should have, hopefully have, taught us all a lesson about life. It's here one day and it can be gone tomorrow. So live your life in the sense of, Sierra said it best, leveling up. Level yourself up. Get to know who you are. Get to know your passions. Get to know your strengths. Get to know your purpose. Believe it or not, once you find out what your passion and purpose is, the other side of that is that you can utilize that to make extra income for you and your family, um, in a positive way. You can build on that, get you a portfolio together. I heard this lady on the radio earlier, and I know you probably say, "Who listens to radio?" I do. I like to listen to the different, podcasts and things of that nature. But she stated she was from Little Rock, Arkansas, and she moved to Texas, which has now been like 21 years. And it was such a privilege for me to hear this, that she is heading up with a team to build a Walmart. I didn't know if you understand that that causes a weekly amount of money coming into her. So that takes me into like investing and learning how to trade. And so all of those things can help you grow. Remember about how can you improve yourself? That could be one of your steps. Diversifying or your income. It says statistics, or we should have, says that we should have, I believe, 7 streams of income coming in from various ways legally, so we can build the life that we need or want or desire. you know you go to work, some of us, and work all week, and all we see is the inside of where we live at night. That's not living. That's not living. You have to take a vacation to go on a to get away from the job, only to come back to a bunch of chaos because there's no one doing your job. If they did, they only did partial of it. So that put more added stress on you, right? So we need to learn not to trade time for dollars. I believe that's what it's called. So we need to have the income, the money, so we can spend that quality time with ourselves and with our family, with those loved ones. Because again, we set the tone for how people treat us, right? For in our relationships. So if we're always down and out, then guess what kind of relationship we're going to end up with? A down and out relationship. We attract those types of people that are not going to, when I say serve us, that's not going to be that connection. We'll just settle. And when we settle, that's when our mind started playing these real tricks on us, and we'll do things that in a positive light we would never do. We become toxic and attached to toxic people and live a toxic life. And one day the hopes is we'll get that ha moment and ask ourselves why, but then it'll lead us right to the road where we are right now, in which I'm speaking of. What's your purpose? Who are you? How can you improve yourself? So I want you to ask yourself those three things. I am going to actually do a teaching, and I say like a master class, let's call it that, a master class on all the three topics I just mentioned to you, and be able to walk you through a process so you can begin that journey, so you can live the life that you were meant to live, that you desired, that the life that thing that you want the more, that thing that's gnawing on the inside of you, because we can change this and we can change it together, right? We empower each other to do those hard things that we think we can't do because we don't have the confidence, but we have all the confidence in us to do what we need to do. Sometimes we just need that right help, not the help from the people you've been getting it from, because if they were actually helping you, you would be in a forward movement, right? But if you just right here and you've been right here for the last 10 years, then you need to get around people. People say like-minded people, but I'm gonna say one up, because remember we were talking about two times identity. You need to get around someone that's smarter than you, not in a negative way, but knows a little bit more than what you know. Because like-minded people travel down the same road. You want to get around someone that's going to take you to a higher road. Remember, level up, right? So that's where I want you to be, because that's the road I'm rocking right now. And this is why I get on here to do the lives. This is why, because I have my purpose is to help you, the women who are, even the man who is seeking more for their lives, and I connect you with your purpose, so we can determine your next. You want someone that can help you determine your next, because if you knew what your next was, you wouldn't be stuck right now, because we get in that routine, and we need to break that habit so we can again be all that we want to be able to have those seven streams of income, to have, learn the trade, get, maybe, get into the building of Walmart, creating a higher score on your credit score, buy a home, lose weight. I mean, I don't know, whatever it is achievable. I'm saying all of that to tell you that it is achievable. All you need is clarity, confidence, and a strategy for your success. Whatever that success is for you, that is what. And I say that lightly, but it takes some work. And remember, it's about the inner work we have to do in order to get the outer work to do what we need it to do. All right. All right. I thank you for your time. I wasn't going to keep you long. So I hope you go back and look at part one and revisit part two, because this is how you, what I want to say, uh, you create your life, because life is about creating yourself. It's inventing who you are, who you thought you were, knowing your truth, knowing the truth about you, knowing the truth about what's keeping you held back in that box and boxing you in, and it's all of that. It's like an onion, and I'm gonna end with this. Your life is like an onion. You are that core, and all these layers you have, all these added layers on the outside of you that need to be removed, need to be shredded, need to be let go, so you can get to that core of who you are and begin to live in your truth. And when I say identity, I'm talking about the identity of you. You were born to be something more than what you are. So if somebody tell you that you are only this, don't buy into that. You have a choice. You don't have to buy something you don't want to buy. You don't want to have to buy the vanilla ice cream when you like butter pecan. You have a choice. You have a greater one lives inside of you to help grow you. But we do get stuck with those layers. And I want to help you remove those layers so you can get to the core of who you are and begin to live in your purpose and even build or make money from that purpose to build your life. All right. All right, guys, you can hit me up, and I will hope that you would. So, hmm, take care of yourself for yourself, and that's not selfish. It's only selfish if you're not giving to others. But you have to take care of yourself in order to take care of others. Right? It's called self care. That's what it's called. All right, guys. So you can find me on Instagram on Miss MS Crystal Scarborough at MS Crystal Scarborough. Find me on Facebook on Crystal Scarborough. And of course, here we are live on our YouTube channel, Redefining Life Coaching with Crystal Scarborough. So make sure you click on Redefining Life Coaching, Crystal Scarborough. All right, guys. So I will be back next week, same time, 9 o'clock, so we can get this in and grow and